Hi guys, what's happening? Lungile Jacobs with tutorial number 11. I'm so excited to show you what I'm about to present to you right now. Let me just get through it, guys. This is what we'll be designing. Look at that. We got what we have is a skyscraper and all these buildings and the picture there and another picture there and this little stand that we're going to create. And then obviously the idea was taken from the previous tutorial, so we're going to do something like that. So let's just get to it, guys. Good. You know the drill. File, new, and we're going to keep it at 1920 by 1080 on 300 resolution. The background is going to be light, so we're going to be white, so we're going to need the background so that we can actually design that little stand. So let's get started with that. We just go get the Ellipse tool, and then this is what, hold shift key, and then let's change. Okay, fine, we'll change the color after. What you call it, left click and hold, and then make it a bit bigger, something like this. Release. There we go, it's black, and we go over there on fill and transform the color to gray. Good. And then now we're gonna hit Control J, duplicate it, and then on this one here we're gonna go down here, we're gonna hit we're gonna hit color blend, just double click it there to get it to color blend style, and then go to gradient overlay. Good. And then from there you're gonna hit the transform tool, and then you're gonna hold shift and you're gonna drag it down just a little bit, and we're gonna bring it back into the center, just like that. And we're gonna go on the one at the bottom, that ellipse tool at the bottom here, and then we're going to go to our blend mode, double click it, go to the layer styles, and we're gonna look for this right here. And then I think this is this the one or what? I think the first one here. This is what we're gonna use. We're gonna use, yes, this one. We're gonna go with this one. Okay, I've chosen, guys. Good. let's use this one. Okay. And then now you're going to highlight the two of them, and while holding control, now we're gonna make it look like it's lying on the floor or lying on the ground. So we're gonna hold the control key on the corner here, and then we're gonna left click, drag, and we're gonna kind of like put it this way, so it's going like in a 3D dimensional type of effect, and I'll do that in the other corner there, kind of like this, so we can make sure that it lies down, guys. Make sure that it looks like it's on the floor. Like hit the floor, you got the floor, you know. That American song is quite dope anyway. A little bit addictive, but it's quite cool. Okay, good. Let's get it right here. This seems about right, and we say, okay, there it is, guys. This is where it is now. But it's actually looking a bit skew, so let's just hit what's this? Control again, and make sure it lies a bit deeper further down on the ground, on the floor. Yeah. Control Z. Yeah, okay. Let's look. Let's wait for it to. There we go. To change a bit. Good. There we go. And there it is right there. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna drag a picture and put it right here. So I'm gonna open file and go to one of my recent pictures. I'm gonna choose the PSD12. This guy right here. I'm gonna remove the shadow because we don't need a shadow on this one, and we're gonna create a little bit of some. So let's get to that little some. You know what I mean? So we're gonna left click here, drag it onto the project, and then we're gonna put it right here, and obviously hit transform and make it smaller so it can fit on the canvas, so we can put him on that little mini stage. We can put Mr. Jacobs there on that mini stage here, and then here we are, and then we hit OK. Okay, he looks a bit taller, more like a giant, so we don't need that. So we're gonna put it perhaps this way, and then kind of like this. This looks reasonably good. Okay, now what we want to do, this is where the doozy comes. It even confuses me a little bit. Okay, but then it gets done. What we're gonna do is we're gonna zoom right here on his feet. Okay, right there on his feet there, and then down there, because we're gonna make it look like he's actually standing there. So I'm gonna choose the brush tool, and I'm gonna make it smaller, kind of like that, and then from there I'm gonna hold control, highlight the layer, and click it, and I'm gonna try and color. Okay, since now it's coloring on the outside, that's not what we want. We hit Control Z, then you're gonna go to select, hit inverse, and then when you hit your brush, look at that, guys, it's actually coloring on the outside. So we're gonna make it look like he's actually standing there and creating a little mini shadow underneath his footing there. Good. This looks perfect, and you're gonna hit Control D so you can unselect it, and when you zoom back, look at that, guys, it looks like he's standing there. This is quite good and quite amazing, huh? And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna import a picture. The picture we're gonna use that one of the Windows walls. So I'm gonna try a little bit to find it quickly. Let's go right here to pictures, and just scroll down, and where's that picture? Okay, so it's not here, so I'm gonna look in a what you call in my other files. Just click down here. There's a Windows, there it is. I downloaded it from the internet. It's called Windows 7 Vista. So we're going to use this wallpaper here. Drag it down to Photoshop. Boom, and then make it a layer, and then say okay. Do not worry about that little Windows. There's a little trick how to get rid of it. I'm gonna show you this little trick here. Even my friend was impressed how I removed the little Windows logo there. So we're gonna drag it there to our project, put it at the back. Obviously, make it full, just like this, and then do not panic about the picture being overthrown over my design. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drag everything and put it underneath the layers and everything. All right, cool. Then I'm gonna drag this a little bit to the left so we can remove this little Windows icon. So let's just put it kind of like right there. Good. So I'm gonna choose the erase tool, and then I'll make it a bit bigger, of course, and then boom, and then select that, and then remove this. And then now let me just show you how we're gonna fix this little smudge here. So look for a stomp tool right here, just beneath the brush. Left click and hold. Choose the clone stamp tool. Yeah, cool. And then now, since it's chosen, now you're gonna hit Alt. Okay. Now this little cursor there is gonna try and record what we want to color around here. So we're gonna click this right there, and then as you can see there on the brush, is highlighted everywhere, and we just apply the brush kind of like this. This is so cool, guys, and so amazing. And then right here, and then I want to maybe do something like this with the white and kind of with that in there, and we just put things together just like that. And then right there, hold the Alt button again, and then just click that there, kind of like that there. And then now the grass, of course, just hit Alt here on the grass, and perhaps maybe right there, and then just cover the grass a little bit to that effect there. All right, cool, guys. That looks pretty much it. Now we take the eraser tool so we can trim the grass a little bit. Hey, whoa. Just hit undo. Right here, just make it transparent on the background. And what is it doing? Just control undo. What we're gonna do? Okay, instead of choosing the eraser tool, let's choose a brush again so we can polish this. The clamp tool, sorry, so we can polish this in the middle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna highlight perhaps I don't know, maybe that over here, maybe this little piece here, and then we color it this way, that way, and then this way, there, that way, so we can make it a bit longer, kind of like that, and like this, and like that. All right, this looks about good, guys. I like this. This is pretty much it. It looks like nothing happened over there, and there's a little, look at that, there's a little transparency going on there. Let's just remove that really, quickly. Just hit Alt over there, and then we'll color this right there, kind of like, what does it look like? A little steps going on there. What's going on here, guys, today? Okay, fine. We're gonna change the brush to hardness. Okay, so we can do that. No, undo. Let's put it to 0%. Maybe hardness like maybe 7%. Okay, cool. Do that, and then this seems about right. I like this. This is really cool. Okay, looks like nothing happened over there. All right. Even when I look at it, even when I zoom back, when I zoom front, like nothing happened over there. All right, good. Now we have to import our city. I'm gonna go file, go to recent. I'm gonna look for Skyline Night PSD. This is it. Okay, guys, what I did with this picture is that I removed what it was in the background there, which was clouds and whatnot. So I removed that immediately. Now we're going to just import that into our canvas. So put it there. Here we go. Drag that up there, and we're going to put it perhaps like this, and then we're going to widen it up to that far, and widen it there up to that far, and perhaps up to there. Then we say okay. Then we're going to create a mask on it. Boom, and mask. Now we're gonna use a gradient tool. On a gradient tool, transparent, and then we're gonna go for hold Shift key, drag from here upwards, just a little. Okay, this looks. Excuse me. This looks perfect. Then we're gonna drag the city, kind of like that. Look at that. Looks like nothing happened. Like it's just mixed there automatically. This is so cool. Then we're gonna say. Okay, now this looks dope. I love this. This looks amazing. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna deal with the shadow beneath the this disc design or the stand. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit Control on the ellipse at the bottom there, ellipse 2 at the bottom there. Let's just click that. There it is. Now we're gonna look for a brush tool, the brush tool, and we can go. In fact, let's rasterize all of them. Okay, let's rasterize these two layers. Just highlight them both. Right click, go to what's this? Rasterize. There we are. They are both rasterized. Now what we're gonna do is merge them two. Now they're completely merged all together. So now what we're gonna do is let's just hit Control D, and then now let's just select it again one more time. Okay, here we are. Now we're gonna choose the brush. We're gonna put it on black. Obviously, increase the size of the brush. Zoom in a little bit. Come on now. Zoom in a little bit. Here we are. And then we just okay. Since it's not trying to work on the inside, let's see if it can work on the outside. Okay, cool. Let's just do that. Do this, and we're gonna inverse it by holding Control Shift I. Now it's inversed, and look what happens. See that? But then the brush is too high. Let's just put it like that, and we play with it kind of like this, kind of like that, ladies and gentlemen, like this up to there, and bring it back, and then skip that part there where it's actually black, that black, and if you zoom back here, there, and you're gonna hit Control D. Wow, it looks like now the whole thing is a shadow, but we can actually perfect this. Let's just perfect it 100%. Let's just zoom down there, go Control Z, and then let's just do that kind of like that there. All right, now let's just go inside it and redo the brush, but we're gonna choose this one with phasing. Aha, this is quite cool. This is quite amazing. Look at that, guys. This is really, really, really cool. I like this effect rather compared to the one we had before. Let's just put it like, hold the brush key like this, and then just keep on doing that until you are satisfied with the kind of shadow you want to create. And we're gonna hit Control D. Boom. Now we got a shadow. We're good. Now we're good to go. We got a shadow on top of the grass. We got me standing on a stand. We got the city. Now we need to import the big picture. But before we do that, let's just now edit these colors one by one so we can make everything look 100% okay. So let's start with the city here, and I'm gonna choose transform tool, and I'm gonna drag it down the bottom. At the bottom there, then good. Then I'm gonna check the eraser tool, and I'm going to erase whatever that's unnecessary there that needs to go. So just Control Shift, hit that, and then there on the grass there. So I think this looks pretty much it. This is good. No, I like it. We don't need to erase anything. I thought we were gonna erase something here. If we did, we're gonna use a small brush here and just go like that, or something like this there or there, kind of like that. No, go back again. Good, kind of like that. But I kind of like these shadows that just appeared here and make everything look really cool, and kind of like that and that and that and that thing. All right, now this looks pretty much dope. Now I'm gonna start with my picture there. Okay, I'm gonna go to filter. We're gonna go to sharpen. Go to smart sharpen there, and then wow, that looks amazing. And then now we're gonna crank it up the amount, perhaps up to 180 or 184. Let's just try 213. No, that looks like a cartoon now. Let's put like on a 145, 137, and we hit okay. All right, that's pretty much good. And then what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do the city. Highlight the city there, and go to filter, go to sharpen, go to smart sharpen, and then look at that. That looks 100% good. And I'm gonna keep it there and say okay. No, undo. Just want to redo it a little bit, then change the color. I'm not gonna keep it there at 170 something or 130 something as it was, 137. Then no. I'm gonna put it there at 92. Let's go back here and see what kind of effect we have. Let's just decrease the radius there. There we go. You see, now it's getting better. I think 74 or 88. Yeah, 88. Say okay. Yes, this is good and dramatically nice. And then when I take our picture, which is the background there, go to filter, and then go to sharpen, and then smart sharpen there as well, and it looks 100% dope. I'm happy with this on 88. This is really, really cool. Then we're gonna say okay. Now we got everything sharp looking and all of that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna import our big picture. This is where the doozy comes in here. Okay, let's go to file, go to open recent. I'm gonna try and get the hand logo. this one right here. I'm gonna leave everything. What on earth happened here with the blue? I'm gonna leave everything here as it is. So I'm gonna take that, drag him out of here. Oh, this is the one without my name on it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna drag it out of here and put it into there. Then obviously I'm gonna put it underneath there, and then close the eye there and go back or zoom back and try and fit him by highlighting. Yeah, there we are. And try and fit him nicely so he can fit in our design. And this time I'm not gonna make the same thing I made with the head, man, because last time I just put this thing too much and I could not edit the head because I've already placed it there and I already applied colors, which is really a doozy there. You know, I was really messed up. But this time here we're gonna learn from a mistake and be good, right? Cool. We'll put it right here, and then this basically looks what about right. And then we go right here, and then zoom that back. So there we go. So you can look properly. You can look proper on this ratio, and yeah, we're gonna leave it as it is here. And then now we're gonna select this picture. We're gonna hit Control, click on it. It's now selected, and then we're gonna bring back the background, and we're gonna choose the eraser tool, and then we'll try erase there. Nothing happens. Then I'm gonna say Control Z. Then I'm gonna hit Control Shift and I. It has to be inverse by now. Then I try and okay, nothing happens. So now I'm gonna put on Control D. What are we trying to do now? We are trying to only color inside the photo. So what we're gonna do again is when I go back and I'm gonna hit Control, I'm gonna highlight that, hit Control D, and then let's see, if you press delete, let's see what happens. No, yeah, press delete. Aha, it's now in here. Wow, that was easy. You just press delete and it's here. Look at that. That's much of a crazy doozy. All right, cool. Now it's in there, and I'm gonna hit Control D, and then I'm going to delete this layer there. Not really delete it, but more of perhaps we can maybe duplicate the picture there and then delete some of the stuff and delete it. But anyway, this is quite cool. This is quite cool. We can just work with whatever we have. Just hit Control Z. Now on Control Z, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go right on this picture. Okay, let's just delete it. Let's just delete it. I was crying out loud. Let's just delete it. Kind of like there. Let's go up to, yeah, kind of like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the stamp tool right here on this area. So we're gonna go right here and click the stamp tool like this. I'm gonna hit Alt right there, and then I'm just gonna cover that with the grass there, kind of like that there, that over there, and then that over there, there. There we go, right there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Yeah, up to that far, and then I'm gonna fix that with the city. Then I'm gonna go in the city right here, and I'm gonna highlight perhaps maybe these gold areas of the city there, like there. Yeah, come on, Control Z. Come on now, put it back. Okay, kind of like that there, that, and that. Like, yeah, that looks right about right. And then I can just delete some pieces of the city here by just hitting the eraser tool, and then just trim it there and there and there and there and there. Those reflective lights or whatnot. And there, and then perhaps there, and then there a little bit. And then there. Okay, and then now let's go back in the city again. Let's just fix that little mini part that we have there. I'm gonna click there and there and like that. I'm gonna leave it like this. This is quite cool. Now what we're gonna do is what's this now? This looks run about correct. So now we can mess with anything individually. We can mess with that. We can actually mess with the city here. We can mess with anything now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make my picture sharp first. Let me start with my picture. Go to our filter, go to sharpen, go to smart sharpen. Hey man, where are you? Smart sharpen. Why do these things keep on hiding from me tonight? Come on. And I'm gonna bring it right back, just like that. Perhaps increase the radius maybe, and then bring the amount a little bit, and a little bit more. Come on, Photoshop, bring it a little more. Cool, that looks right about it. So let's just bring it here. It looks like a cartoon, and we don't want that. No, in fact, no. Before we can actually put the smart sharpen, let's just play with what's this? Sharpen and go to sharpen more rather. Sharpen more. That is better. That is way better. Then now we can bring in smart sharpen, and we can decrease some of the numbers perhaps. You see that now it's way better. So now we decrease that, and then perhaps increase the amount, and then increase the radius at 2.4. That's about it. Then you say okay, good. I like this. This is really dope now. And then I'm gonna go to this picture of mine here in the front. I don't like how he looks here, so I'm going to fix that. Go to filter, go to sharpen. I'm gonna say sharpen more. Yes, way better. Now it's better. Okay, guys. Now we good to go with the colorings and everything. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna highlight. I'm gonna color everything that's in here. All right. So I'm gonna start now with the curves. Let's go with the curves. Curves that, and I'm gonna bring it down so it can be a bit dark. Kind of like that, maybe down there, and increase the light perhaps. Yes, to something like this. Like that. Good. Then I want to bring out brightness and contrast, and on brightness I'm going to make it a bit brighter, just like that, kind of like this, and then yeah, we're good to go. And then lastly I'm going to now color everything. So I'm going to go to what do you call this, adjustment layer. I'm going to go to hue, saturation, colorize, and look at that. I'm going to bring this to blue, to the blue, like kind of like that. Now we have everything we need. The only thing that is left in here is what? It is the text. So we're going to bring the text in here. So we're going to here, text tool, and the text we're going to bring here is Planet Cosmos. I'm going to type in my name here, Lungile, but then make sure it's on white. It's white, like I'm going to type in Lungile there, Lungile. Good. I'm going to hit transform, and obviously I'm going to make it smaller. And then we want to make it lie on the disk there like we did on our previous design there, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold control and then bring it down that way, and then bring it, hey, that's too much. Bring it down this way, bring it down that way, and then usher it that way, and then shrink it back there, and then bring it up to there, and then we have Lungile there. And what we're going to do is we're going to double click that on the blending mode. We're going to hit bevel emboss, good, and when I hit outer glow to yellow, and there it is there as Lungile. But then when I change the blending, the glow to blue, so it can glow on blue there, kind of like that. And we say okay. I think the hue saturation color might be too much, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to close this here. Let's go to hue saturation here, and then if I close it, this is quite cool. And then the brightness is dope, hue saturation is dope. The only thing that's a problem is that no, it's actually darker. So when I change the opacity, yeah, kind of like, whoa, kind of like this is actually quite amazing. Let's put it at 75 or 77%, and voila, we have our design right here, guys. This is tutorial number 11. Look at that. That is truly amazing, and you can put this on Facebook. Use it on your Facebook timeline or a Facebook thumbnail. This is really, really, really cool. Remember, the name is Lungile Jacobs, and branding is key. I'm out.